Students, in this lecture, we'll discuss about signal flow graphs. So, whatever we have studied in the previous lecture about block diagrams, they are very successful for representing control systems. But if the system is complicated, then the reduction of block diagram process is tedious and it is time consuming. Then there is an alternate approach which is that of signal flow graphs developed by S.J. Mason, which does not require any reduction process as there is availability of a flow graph gain formula that will relate the input and output system variables. Now we'll see what is the signal flow graph. Signal flow graph is a graphical representation of the relationships between the variables of a set of linear algebraic equations. This consists of a network in which nodes representing each of the system variables are connected by directed branches. Then whatever we have studied the closed loop system and where we have seen its block diagram, it will be having the signal flow graph which has been shown here, signal flow graph for that closed loop system. So we are going to study the formulation of the signal flow graph through various signal flow terms defined below. First we'll see node. What is node? This node, it represents a system variable which is equal to the sum of all incoming signals at the node. So node in a signal flow graph is representing a system variable which is equal to the sum of all incoming signals at the node. Then whatever are the outgoing signals from the node do not affect the value of the node variable. For example, R, E, B and C. You can see R, E, B, C are nodes in this figure. Then these symbols also represent the corresponding node variables. Next we'll say about branch. What is branch? Now we see that in the diagram a signal travels along a branch from one node to another in the direction that is indicated by branch arrow, and during the process or in the process it gets multiplied by the gain or transmittance of the branch. You can see in this particular figure the signal reaching the node C. The signal reaching this node C from this node E is given by GE. So GE is a signal reaching the node C from node E, where G is branch transmittance and the branch is directed from node E to node C. So the branch is directed from node E to node C, shown by the arrow here in this direction. Okay, so the value of this node variable C. What is the value of this node variable C is equal to G into E. So G into E will be the value of this node variable. Okay, then next we'll see about, these are the two terminology first I have defined. Then node as a summing point. Node as a summing point we'll see first. So when we see the below signal flow graph, you can see when we see this below signal flow graph, we have to see node as a summing point. The node variable x1 is expressed. So what is this? Is a node variable. This is the node as a summing point. Okay, node as a summing point. Is it clear? Node as a summing point. So when we see the signal flow graph, we can express this node variable x1 as x1 is equal to a21 x2 plus a31 x3 plus a41 x4, which is the sum of all incoming signals. Then next, node as a transmitting point. Node as a transmitting point. A node variable is transmitted through all branches outgoing from the node. So in the signal flow graph, x5 is equal to a15 x1 is one transmitting point. One more, x6 is equal to a16 x1 a16 x1. So got it? So the second figure is node as a summing point and as a transmitting point. So this figure represents node as a summing point and as a transmitting point. Then one thing is to remember is that the value of the node variable is not affected by the outgoing branches. Got it? Now we'll see about notation. So this I have told. Notation. Okay, notation. The third notation, Aij. What does this Aij mean? Notation is a transmittance of the branch directed from node xi to node xj. So Aij is a transmittance of the branch directed from node x1 to node xj. Okay, then next, input node or source. It is a node with only outgoing branches. So in the figure you can see R is an input node. You can see here R is a input node. R is a input node. Next we'll see about next. So in this figure I have told R is a input node. Next we'll see about output node or sink. It is a node with only incoming branches. This condition is not always met. An additional branch with unit gain may be introduced in order to meet the specified condition. Okay, for example, node C. You can see node C has one outgoing branch. Node C has one outgoing branch, but after introducing an additional branch with unit transmittance, the node C becomes an output node. So is it clear? An additional branch with unit transmittance has to be introduced. The node becomes an output node. Next we'll see path. It is a traversal of connected branches in the direction of the branch arrows such that no node is traversed more than once. So is it clear? So I was telling about path. It is the traversal of connected branches in the direction of the branch arrows such that no node is traversed more than once. Forward path. It is a path from the input node to the output node. So in this example we can say R. So in this example we can say REC is a forward path. Okay, forward path. Next, loop. It is a path which originates and terminates at the same node. Okay, is it clear? loop. It is a path which originates and terminates at the same node. So you refer that example. You can see E E C B E. E C B E is a loop. Okay. We will discuss about non-touching loops. Non-touching loops. Loops are said to be non-touching if they do not possess any common node. Okay. So loops are said to be non-touching if they do not possess any common node. Next, forward path gain. Forward path gain, it is the product of the branch gains encountered in traversing a forward path. Okay, so we'll take the example and we'll see it. In this example, forward gain path of the path REC is G. So REC is forward path, the path gain is 1 into G. So the forward path gain of the path REC is G. Okay, is G. Next we will see about one more loop gain. It is the product of last one we'll see loop gain. It is a product of branch gains encountered in traversing the loop. Loop gain means it is a product of branch gains encountered in traversing the loop. So we'll take this loop ECBE. ECBE is the loop. Then the product of branch gains G into H into minus 1. Take the product. G into H minus 1 will be minus GH. So loop gain of the loop ECBE is minus GH. Minus GH. Got it? Next, construction of signal flow graphs. So signal flow graph of a system is constructed from its describing equations. So to outline the procedure, we'll consider a system which is described by the following set of equations. Okay, so we'll see about construction of signal. The signal flow graph of a system is constructed from its describing equation. So we'll consider a system described by following set of equations. So the first equation is x2 is equal to a1 to x1 plus a3 to x3 plus a4 to x4 plus a5 to x5. Next, x3 is equal to a23 x2. x4 is equal to a34 x3 plus a44 x4. Then x5 is equal to a35 x3 plus a45 x4. So I'll repeat. The set of equations are x2 is equal to a1 to x1 plus a3 to x3 plus a4 to x4 plus a5 to x5. x3 is equal to a23 x2. x4 is equal to a34 x3 plus a44 x4. x5 is equal to a35 x3 plus a45 x4. Okay, where x1 is input variable and x5 is output. Where x1 is input variable and x5 is output variable. So we can see the signal flow graph for the system will be constructed as shown. First we have to locate the nodes. Okay, we have to locate the nodes. So this shows how to locate the nodes. So locate the nodes x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. x1 input variable, x5 output variable, which has been shown in figure. First we'll trace the or place the first equation. Okay, when we see the first equation, x2 is equal to, what is the first equation? x2 is equal to a1 to x1 plus a3 to x3 plus a4 to x4 plus a5 to x5. Place that equation here. So you can see this is a x2. For x2 we have a1 to x1. a1 to x1 Then A32X3, A32X3 plus A42, A42X4, A42, you can see A42X4 plus A52X5, A52X5. Next, X3 is equal to, we have to go for the next equation. Second equation is X3 is equal to A23X2. So this is A23X2. X4 is equal to, you can see next equation, X4 is A34X3 plus A44X4. So we have X4 is equal to A33X3 plus A44. A44 is this, A44X4. Next equation 5. What is equation 5? A35X3 plus A45X4. So here it is shown. A35X3. So this is A35X3 plus A45X4. Okay. Then we have to combine all this. Then it will give the complete signal flow graph. So take all the figures A of all four equations, combine them, then we'll get the complete signal flow graph. So this diagram represents the complete signal flow graph. So this diagram represents a complete signal flow graph after combining all the diagrams of all four equations. Then how to obtain the overall gain from input to output? It may be obtained by Mason's gain formula. So what is this Mason's gain formula? I'll take it in next lecture. I'll stop here. You can go through this. Okay.